So I'm off fishing for the first time in a while, going to fish off Llandudno wall. My head ain't been in a good place, to be honest. That's why I've had a month off fishing, but slowly getting better now. These things happen, don't they? I'm just in Roast on Sea now. I've got some worm, I've got some squid. I'm going to see if I can get a couple of peelers. My local tackle shop's still open, Roast Tackle and Bait. Let's see if we can get some peelers. Gutted, no peeler crab. Hot property at the moment, peeler crab. He's doing a lot of fish around this way. Just been talking to him and roughly where I'm fishing and down in the Conway estuary a bit. He's doing quite a lot of little codling, nothing big, but codling all the same. So it's about 5 o'clock now. High water is at 8 o'clock and I'm probably going to fish an hour after. Llandudno is only 5 minutes along the coast there. So I'm going to go straight to Llandudno wall so I can fish out the van. And there might be a chance for a little codling. I seen a bass come out there a few weeks ago as well, and it's thrown a few us up over the years and stuff. My mate Michael Tasker had an absolutely banging huss from there. Have a look at this, absolute unit of a huss. And I've had bass and codling and stuff before, so we should get in the old ship box, and I'll see you when we get to Llandudno. Right then, let's spin this old scrapmobile round, watch I don't run into the old people behind me, and let's get to Llandudno. Alright, like I say people, it's the first time I've been out in about a month. Now we're about to enter in the seaside resort of Llandudno. As you can see, the pier is across there now. The town where the seagulls tend to attack and want to eat every f***ing bit of food that you have. I wonder if there's going to be anybody on the mark. Right then, coming up to the mark now people. I'm hoping nobody's here, but if there is, there's room for everybody here. There's room for everybody. There's the pier, straight ahead. And there's nobody here. I've got the entire mark to myself. This is the wall, people. Let me just get my phone off. This is the wall we fish off. I'm going to go up here by the light. Ah, this will do, mate. We got the handbrake on. Just gonna have a quick look. About 3 hours off eye now. Bit of a swell. That'll do, that'll do. It's like the lower rock here where I like to fish from. So that'll do. Straight from the van, fish down there. Right, let's get the gear out. So this is my old £500 scrapper van which I brought for fishing. I've had it about 8 months now, it's not missed a beat. It's a bit grubby, likes to do a lot of outdoor stuff in it. Yeah, I've got my old school 6x9s in for me tunes, with Bluetooth. I'll put this old bed in. It's only a £500 scrapper van, it's nothing special by any means, but it's a fishing wagon. You got your brew stuff and that in there. My daughter's old bed I took down. I've got my adjustable spanner here in case anything plays up and someone needs a nut taking off. Jokes, but it's there for a reason. And that's it, this is where we'll be fishing. The rods I'm using today, Penn Prevails. You've seen them before. Shimano Beastmaster reels loaded up with 35-pound Daiwa sensor line. It's filling up nicely now. But I just thought I'd show you my old £500 van. Not missed a beat. Good music and good time to chill, that's it. Who needs anything else? Brews, coffees and all that. So yeah, I'm going to get the rod set up now. But we got some calamaris. Just been in my freezer and got these. Got some frozen lug with a good quality lug. We're here for a couple of hours having a flick around. I just want to try and, well, it's just about getting out for me and getting a bite. See if we can have a fish on camera. I don't care what it is. But yeah, just thought I'd show you how the old scrapmobile is doing. I just crapped myself. This rig box was under there at the back. I thought I forgot it. I'm going to put a 2-up flapper on one. And I want, there's a lot of big conger rigs in here. I want a pulley panel on the other. I believe I've got some tied. It's been a while. Yes, that's a single up pulley. We have a double up one. Come on, I know there's one in here somewhere. No, got a lot of big conger stuff. That's one. They're a nice size up for a squid bait as well. Pulley pedal. Happy days. Got a lot of big conger rigs tied ready. You'll be seeing it this winter, people. Wherefore art thou rig shark lights? Here they are. I've actually lost one of my ones that flash. I love these, I do. Rigshark.co.uk, people. Clip on the rod, we get them on now, and just like that, they're on. as I say, I could probably do without these today because I can see the tips, but I thought for the purpose of the camera, we'll put them on. So you should see every bite. Because everybody knows the way I film, I like to show the view of the bite. I think it makes the video better. Both rods are ready to go in now. The right rod, which will be sent just upside the pier because I know it's very deep there. It's got a big pulley rig on. The 6-ounce gripper, and that's my bait. It's a huge bait. Hook point, proud. Obviously the big pulley, so should I get anything, the lead will pull up out the way of the snags because it's quite snaggy. So that's the bigger fish rod. And the other rod is just a 2-hook flapper. Just little bits of worm and squid on, nothing special, nothing fantastic about this. Just for a little flick around. So what we do, we get these rods in now. Ideally we want the right rod to go because that's the big fish rod. But it don't necessarily work like that because you could get big fish on these. But anyway, should I get a big fish, what I have to do is walk it round here. I'll just show you. You got some steps here. This is where Mike landed that big us, what he had from here. If you get a big one, you literally walk it down there. You can walk it down onto the beach there. So you don't necessarily need a drop. Now, anything up to £1.5 to £2, you lift up. If it's big, bring your rod round, walk it round, and beach it. So yeah. Well, it's nice to be out for the first time in a while, people. It really, really is. All right, let's get this phone on the tripod because I'm rabbiting on and I'm chatting crap. But I'm happy to be out. Let's see if we can see one of them green lights go cha-ching, ching, boom. Come on, let's have it. First cast in about a month, this. That bite looks massively big and stupid, to be fair. Oh, well, it is what it is, isn't it? Just send it out. I'm sure the fish ain't too fussy how it looks and how big it is or small it is. If there's a fish out the head at once, it is going to smash it. You can overthink too much. Right, come on. Imagine a fish within the first, like, 10 minutes after a month out. We can wish, yeah. Whoosh! Look at that go. Some distance on that one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fish on. Feels decent. It's fighting. I don't know what it was about that big and a silvery colour. I should have walked that down the steps. That was a decent fish. I'm gutted, people. I get it straight back out, I'll carry on, but I'm gutted. It's my first cast in about a month, and within 5 minutes it's just gone. Probably not even 5 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Bump. Alright, I don't want to waste any time, I'll get it back out. Fish on again. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that felt exactly the same as the fish I lost. And if I wouldn't have caught this, I'd have sweared that the fish I lost was something bigger, but I did see it and it was silver. But this felt really heavy down there, but I've got big bait, big leads, and like casting right down. But I've been here 10 or 15 minutes and I've had 2 fish on, landed one. This could be a good session and I don't mind catching these. So I'm going to go to the steps now and drop this back down, because obviously I don't want to throw it over the wall because it might not go back. I'm going to quickly run this down the steps, get the rod back out. We should catch a few fish tonight, people. The rod with the littler baits on have both been totally stripped. So I'm going to put some squids on them and wrap them on a little bit so they'll just stay on a bit longer. I did see a few little taps on this rod, but it's all been stripped clean. The bigger baits seem to be working. I might even pull a pulley on this rod in a minute, pulley pennel with some big baits. Let's just see how we go. We'll play it by ear and adapt and change where we need to, but there's plenty of bites, which is good. Fish on. Oh, come up, you bugger. What's this? What we got here? Good sized doggies these, to be fair. Can't be bad, eh? Can't be bad. I told you to go off before I got the other rod in. I could have these bites all night, and every now and then something might throw up something different, yeah? That's 4 bites and 2 fish in about 15 minutes. I'm spending more time talking to the camera and baiting up than I am fishing. But I ain't arsed. I'm not a full-on match angler. I don't have to be in and out. I like to have fun and chill. Happy days. Right, go down the steps, put this little bad boy back. So we've got 2 rods out the water now. We'll cast them both back in at the same time. Might even get a double bite, eh? Can't keep 2 rods in the water. Fish on. Another one. Right, let's get him back. Plenty more to be had tonight, I think. It's the first time in about the last half an hour I've actually got 2 rods in the water. It has been carnage. And I reckon one of them could go over at any minute. Yeah, I've heard there's a few codling around in the estuary, just around the other side of the hall. I've heard there's quite a few. Here we go. Fish on. Can you guess what it is yet? That's one of them with like the mottled effect. I don't know what the difference is. It's another fish though, yeah. Fish on. Oh, fish on the other rod, fish on the other rod. Right, let's get this off. Ah, shit, the other rod's going. The other rod's going. That was a very, very good bite on the other rod. You can clearly see that it's gone round. I've had to put my elbow up against the rod on the wall to stop the butt lifting up. Right, this video is going to be called non-stop action. So surely that wasn't a dogfish bite. Look at all the other bites I've had. When I was unhooking that fish, that rod's just gone whoomp, straight round and pulling, lifted the butt up. Took me in a snag. Don't want to lose this fish. It feels... That's me, that is, by the way. I had that big bite. When I tighten up like that, I can clearly feel it bouncing like that. But I'm going to set the clutch. And I'm going to put it on the wall for 10 minutes while I fish the other rod. I want this fish. So you can clearly see it's still on. Look at that left tip. It's clearly still on. The clutch is set anyway. I'll leave it for 5 minutes, see what happens. Still on. Look, screaming out lion. Come on. Come on, come out. See if it's come out yet. Oh, do I pull for the brake now? What would you do, Pete? Would you pull for the brake or give it a bit? The fish is clearly on, I can feel it bouncing. What would you do in this situation? I don't have to. Well, here goes nothing. Right, it's out and I think we got it. I think we got the fish. Yeah, big fish, conger eel, yeah. On the plus side though, we got the fish out. I don't like leaving them hang by the mouth as well, it's not good practice. But I think giving it that bit of line might have helped. You know what, if I'd have lost that, I'd have sweared blind it was a conger. It's my mate Dogfish again. You know, I'm starting to think now everything I've lost and everything that's kicked, I think I'm just having a dog fest. And it's been that long since I've been out that I think they're all different, but I am loving this session. Calling this non-stop action, because that is exactly what it is. I've had my rods out the water more than they're in. What a session. Right, let's get this little fella back. Well then, what do you think of that? It's I've just checked, I've just took my phone off the tripod, didn't have a clue what time it was. It's 7 o'clock, high water's at 8. I've only brought 2 packs of squid. I've used a pack and a half already. I've got a few worms, but the worms ain't doing much. So I might have to cut it short. I didn't expect this much action. And I know a lot of you are probably saying, what's up with you, lad? They're only dogfish, get a grip. I'll come out to catch fish, I've said that before. I'm happy to catch anything. I could be down the canal catching roach, or I could be on the catfish lake catching catfish bigger than myself. I could be here catching dogfish, or in Hamlet catching congers, or somewhere lure fishing for bass. I just love catching fish. Snoop Doggy Dog. Give me a D, give me a O, give me a G. Go on then, doggy. Idiot. Snagged. Same again, gonna give it some slack, see if it comes out. Okay, it's definitely still on, you can hear it. It's actually running with the line now, I'll give it a bit of space. Should really be concentrating more on fishing than filming, but everybody knows me, I like to put a video together. And it's all about getting out. It's running that fish. Oh, yeah, look. There. Or she just go zoom, motherfucker. That's what happens when you give them some slack, look. It's just edging out, look. I see the rod tip going over now. Here we go, speeding up a bit. It's like carp fishing in snags, isn't it? Be nice to get this one out as well, because we've had a couple in snags. The first one come out. Be a bit of good angling if I can get them out the snags. Not leaving any rigs in the water, and not leaving any fish with a rig in its mouth. Clearly see the fish is still on. It's gone quiet now. On the right one. That's where the snag is. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, there he is, look. Yeah, he's having a bit of a better run now. Here we go. Just give it 5 minutes. Clearly still on. Possibly only a dog again, but instead of just like pulling for the brake, see if we can free it. It's gearing up a bit there now. Here we go. And the rod's bouncing properly now. Here we go. I'll try and get him in a minute. Let him give a bit of slack. Sometimes you see they give themselves slack. Oh no. Here we go. This is the other rod. They're both going. Alright, I need to check I'm in camera. Don't lose me, rod, yeah? It'd be my own fault if I don't. Right, I'm in camera. Right, a couple of dogs on here, I think. It's heavier. That might be an us, that one. Right, the line's peeling off the other rod now. See if we can get that in. Complete and utter carnage. It's a big dogfish if it is a doggy. Well, I'm going to have to throw this one back from here, and that other one's peeling line now, so we should try and get that one out. I feel the fish kicking. I've no choice but to pull for the brake here. Let's give it a go. I think I actually might have got somewhere with that then. Gaining line. It's got to have weed or something on it. It feels about 50 pound in weight. What's happening here is the fish is snagged over somebody else's line, and I can see the doggy on top over somebody's line off the pier, but I can't get it in. See him there, look, in the middle of the torch? But he's snared on something else. See him there? I think you can see him anyway. See him? But he won't budge. I'm lifting him up in the air. I don't want to hurt the fish. See the light, see the lead behind hanging? It's not mine, look, it's somebody else's. Right, this is going to be a pull for a break. Nothing I can do. I've got the fish out of a snag once and then it's gone round a line. I just like to help the fish, really. That's what we can do. See what we can do, eh? Hopefully my line's stronger than that line. Right, we're out. We got the fish! We got the fish! We got the fish! We got the fish! I'm going to say that was good angling. So he was in a snag and tangled around somebody else's line. That's why it's good to use heavy line and strong hooks like me. So that's 2 fish in 2 snags now. This one actually went in another snag, so effectively 3 snags, and I've got everything out. Good angling if I say so myself, yeah? I've got 3 squid left. Both rods are out of the water. It's carnage again. I'm going to get them baited up, get them cast in, and catch another dog, yeah. Put them back out. I think I've got a bite on the right rod already, haven't I? Have I? And on the left, Jesus Christ, I've only just put them out. Fish on this one. Right rod's off now. No! Got a huss. Yay, bullus. Right, I've got to be quick because there's a bite on the other rod. The first huss of the night. Look at him. That's why I handballed it up. I knew it was a bit heavier, you see. That's something different. That was worth coming. Look at him. Definite us. Not a massive one, but can't grumble at that. This is exactly the bait I caught the us on, exactly like that. With the tentacles just hooked on the hook. There's a bit of extra presentation on a big pulley. It's almost the perfect session. I shouldn't be saying this now, but I will. Because if it happens, it happens. I haven't lost a fish in a snag yet. I haven't lost a set of gear yet. Every fish that's got snagged, I've got out. I did drop something at the beginning. But yeah, it's I'm pretty sure I've hooked huss before as well, because the way that huss fighted then, I've had fish fight like that have dropped where I've actually pulled back and bounced. So far, the perfect session. The only thing is I'm nearly out of bait. Right, the rods are back in. I'll tell you a little story now. I just remembered as I was casting that rod out. I was here December last year for my birthday. There's 4 or 5 of us along here. One of my mates, Pelfrey, you'll all know him, brought me a bottle of Jaeger over, and I didn't plan on drinking because I was going out for a meal with the missus and that. I ended up smashing a litre of Jaeger here fishing. Anyway, that's not the story I'm on about. This pier was shut and the security was walking up and down, and I've sent a full mackerel like that over onto the pier, and it's gone over the other side. And the security man's walked up, got tangled in the line. As I've reeled in, I've got the security guard hooked in the shoulder on the pier. and I'm trying to get him to drop me mackerel over there. It was just hilarious. It's just reminded me seeing people on there. Obviously I'll keep away from the pier now, because obviously the last thing anybody wants is a 8 ounce and 6 ounce lead off the head. But yeah, it's just reminded me, and I've had a little laugh to myself. Like, I was literally here, the lads was peeing themselves laughing, and I'm like, that, you alright mate? And he's like this, hey. He's got a full mackerel slapping around him. Oh, it was hilarious. Oh, good times. I'll tell you what, I needed to get out for this session. Literally got a couple of casts left each. Probably a cast on each rod, then I'm out of bait. But you know, it's just good to be back out after being in a bit of a shit place for a few weeks or a month. It's nice to be back on the ball, and it's nice to get back out and actually have a decent session. So it's not even, it's about, I don't know, I'm guessing it's about 7:30, 7:45 now. I'll be showered home and on the sofa with a Chinese by 8:30, 9 o'clock, do you know what I mean? I didn't come out till 5, 5:30 today. Cheeky little session. Loads of doggies, a few drop fish, a huss. Can't grumble, eh? Yeah. Go on then. Go on then, son. Go on then. Dog number 749, that's what it feels like. Is that a little loss actually? Let's have a look at that. No, it's a dog. It's a dog. Give me my squid back. Just a little dog. What a session though. Loving it. It's quite rough down there now, people. Shall give you a little look. I'm about bang on high water now. Toast if you're in there, aren't you? Oh no. Oh no. Not when I've got the phone in my hand. I'll have to throw it in the back of the van. Oh no. Oh no. Back up slowly, get phone on tripod, and hope bite doesn't develop too quick. Here we go. Here we go. There. Fish on. Oh no, bite on the other rod, bite on the other rod. Just a little dog. It's having a bite on the other rod then. I knew it was too good to be true. That one I threw down the left, there's a lot more rocks down there. This could be the first snag of the night, but I've got one squid left and a few bits, so it's not the end of the world. But it'd be nice to get it in, wouldn't it? as you probably just heard, that's the snap. The other rod's going now. Well, one snapped. I shouldn't have called it earlier. What I always do when I reel in after a snap is have my hands there, feeling the line. Sometimes, like on the walls or the rocks, you can damage it. If you feel a rough bit or, you know, a snag or a bit of a fray in your line, then that bit comes off. So far, all the line feels good. You can feel it when there's a weak point. And there's one there. I don't know if the camera will see that. There's a little fray there, so that means now I'll bite that line off up to there and I'll discard the rest. So I know I've not got no weak line with any, you know, bits that's going to fail in it. Nice little tip there. If ever you get snagged off, before you set up again, reel through your fingers and just make sure there's no, well, the line's not damaged. All right, we've got about 3/4 of a squid left now. But we've got another cast on that rod when it comes in. Oh, here we go. With these rig sharks, obviously they just clip off like that. Just clip off from round there. Turn the battery off, undo it, pull the battery out a bit, just like that, and then screw it back in. But I've not changed any batteries on these since I've had them. Get them from rigshark.co.uk and they just clip on your rod with that little clip. Go on your rod, like so, and absolutely love them. Feels really heavy, this one. Feels very heavy. Just a doggy, I think. Haul in tonight. This one might be a little us, I ain't too sure. It's got the teeth, if you can see. You tell me, I'm not 100%. It's not going to open its mouth. See the teeth and the fangs? I don't know. Nice fish though. Well, that's me signing out, people. I'm out of bait. Found loads of bits of crab nets and line. I pulled a load of line in as well. The best thing about being here, get all your rubbish in a bin when you're done. And over here, there's a bin bag. If all anglers will pick a little bit up, put it in the bin, that's it. That's all that needs to be done. So I've just picked loads of bits of line up and stuff. And although you shouldn't really put line in the bin like that, I've got nowhere to dispose of it properly. But it's better than it being in the sea, isn't it? Or for anything to get tied up in or knotted in. Yeah, that's it. My scrappy van there. Everything packed and ready to go. I've got about a 7-minute journey home now. And I'm telling you what, I've enjoyed that session. The van is packed. All is good. yeah, well, I nearly fell over then. I'd like to say thanks for hitting 54,000 subscribers. Even though I haven't done a video for a month, we've gained a couple of thousand subscribers in the last month, which is phenomenal, really, considering I've not been doing any videos. Well, we've not hit 54,000 yet. I'm on 53,989, but by the time I've edited this video and put it on tomorrow, I'm pretty certain we'll have blown 54. I'm back out, I'm back on the go now. As I say, I had a crap month. All's good now. I'd have fished on tonight if I had more bait. But anyway, let's rambling on. We'll be on the Congers soon. We'll be down the River Menai soon. We'll be on the Mersey for the cod soon. It's going to be a good winter. Peace out. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I shall see you all in the next video, people. Peace out.